we'll run through in our speed round. But before we do that, there is a name that you're looking at this week that we should and gladly we'll let the people know. This week you're taking a glance at a company I don't know, so I'm gonna Google it. But
Coupang.
it's called Coupang, ticker symbol CPNG.
Guys, those of you watching this show, if you're not part of our program, and I hate to do a shameless plug, but this candidate came from the groupthink, the hive mind of our program. So if you are wondering, you're like, oh my gosh, how do you trade all of this? Well, remember, our whole program is based on using options as they decay in time. So all of this tumultuousness in the market isn't really phasing us because time still reliably goes by. Our option extrinsic value still goes to zero, right? That's why they call options wasting asset. And we put ourselves on the selling side. So, if you want a reliable, consistent way to profit from all this chaos in the markets, premium selling where it's at, and join our hive mind, and you'll be able to leverage. I'm bringing this one. This was brought up to us yesterday during our, premium selling workshop that we do with our program participants. And Coupang, this is basically the Uber Eats of Korea. But they do a lot more. They'll bring you, if you order like some fashion from one of the big name department stores in Korea, they'll bring you your order from the fashion place. They'll bring you restaurant food. They'll bring you groceries. So this is an overall, I guess you would call it a delivery service for Korea. But let's pull up their chart because I really was loving their sideways choppy market, and they're just about ready to form a bottom. Now, here I'm going to go back. Coupang is one of those companies that we can use volume weighted average price on. So I'm going to use my fast MACD indicator and switch it back to volume weighted average price. I like that a little bit better for my signals. So I'm waiting for my light blue arrow here. I haven't gotten it yet. But when I get that light blue arrow, buying Coupang, that's, going long the CPNG, or there's a substitute option you can buy if you don't want to buy the actual stock itself. You could buy the Coupang January 2026 $12.50 call. Here, let me see if I've got that up. No, that's the VIX. Let's take a look at Coupang. That's CPNG. And remember, if you want to use our options lookup tool, that's free too. Our indicators are free too. You can just go get access to our web portal, and all of it is in there. So I went with all the strike prices and the price components. It makes it super easy to find substitute options. I've gone out to January. I'm looking for around, and by the way, I want to make sure I'm looking at today's or our most recent data. So let me just recalibrate. There we go. Um, you go and you look at this percentage right here, and you want it around 5%, but you also want to find where the bid-ask spread is small. So this is why we picked this particular option right here, the Coupang January leap. So the leaps are the January 2026 1250 call. This is a perfect substitute. It'll move in lockstep, but it's half the price, right? This is $10.48. Coupang is currently trading at about $22.18. So for half the price, you get twice the leverage. So either one of those, buy the stock or buy the substitute option, and then you're ready to go, right? As Coupang moves up in price, you'll either let it go and have it be a money. And I love that this stock has nothing to do with the U.S. market. It's all about the Korea local market, which is probably going to be a little bit more stable based on, no craziness going on. So I love that. I like the ones that aren't in the news. I like the ones that just operate. They have a good business in place. They're building up, brand. They're building up names. So as it goes up, if it hits a top and it looks like there's some resistance up here around 25.50, 26. When it gives me that magenta arrow, I'll collar it and it'll start becoming one of those income generators for me. So Coupang, put that on your watch list.